Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to learn about transport of substance in plants. All different kinds of useful as well as waste materials are transported in living organisms. Just like human being, in plants also transport of materials take place. Basically, different kinds of useful materials like water and minerals, food, all these are needs to be transported from one part of the body to another part of the body. At the same time, few waste materials are also needs to be removed out from the plant body. So all these are transport of materials. Basically, whatever the substances are, these are part of different life process. As we read in our chapter 1, nutrition in plants, plants do the process of photosynthesis, and after that it prepares food, and that food needs to be transported from leaf to various parts of the plants, correct? And after the transportation, those food particles, whatever those like glucose or some other molecules, those molecules of food are oxidized during cellular respiration. So oxygen, transport of oxygen is also required. So we can see that transport of nutrients, transport of very different gases are required from one part of the body to another part of the body. At the same time, water and minerals are also needs to be transported, because all the cellular activities in living organisms takes place in presence of water in fluid medium. Okay, so in plants also, in fluid medium, all the things are transported, as well as different reactions takes place in cell. Different uh, whatever things those are takes place, whatever reaction those takes place inside cell, that needs fluid medium and water is required for that. Okay, so as we read in human circulatory system, basically blood is the fluid part that transport different things from one part of the body to another part of the body. So that is called blood vascular system in human being. In plants it is called vascular system only. That vascular system is basically for transport of materials. So plants have a well developed transport system, that is called vascular system. But these well developed systems are found in well developed plants only, not in smaller plants, not found in herbs actually. These are found in shrubs and trees, basically in trees. Okay, this system is composed of vascular tissues. Those tissues are xylem and phloem tissues. Xylem tissues transport water and minerals from root to all over the body, to all parts of the body, whether it is a stem, it is different branches or leaves, fruits, whatever these are. Okay, just like that, phloem transports food from leaves to different parts of the body, because food is manufactured in leaves only. So phloem transports food from leaves to all parts of body. Okay, now the transport from xylem, basically it is unidirectional flow of water and minerals from root to rest of the part of plant. And phloem shows multidirectional flow of materials, that is from leaf to each and every part of plant, downward, left, right, upward, all direction. But water transport takes place only in upward direction. Okay, so now we are going to learn about transport of water and minerals in plants. As you can see in this diagram, this is a tree, and in this tree you can see different branches, leaves, stem, roots and root hairs as well. So roots are having lots of root hairs. The function work of these root hairs to increase the surface area of root to maximum absorption of water and minerals. Okay. Then these root hairs absorb water and minerals from the soil. Actually, between soil particles, water is found, and minerals are dissolved in water. So these root hairs absorbs water from which are found between the soil particles. Okay. There is a process called osmosis. Through osmosis only water is supplied. Water is water moves from the soil particles towards the root. So what happens in the soil particles? There is more concentration of water with comparison to the root hairs. So water moves from the higher concentration towards lower concentration. So that is osmosis actually. So through osmosis water moves from the higher concentration, that is between the soil particle it is, and towards the lower concentration, that is towards the root hair. Okay. Then after root hair, again in root hairs there is more concentration of water with comparison to root. So then that water and mineral moves from root hairs towards root. Then in root it is more with comparison to stem. So in root there is root xylem. That root xylem takes water and supplies it towards the stem. Xylem is a tissue that is having tube-like structure, and basically it supplies water and minerals in those tube-like structure, and it is found in all parts of the plants. Everywhere xylem tissue is found. From that root xylem, water moves towards the stem xylem, and from stem xylem that moves towards the leaf xylem tissue. So this movement of water depends upon the concentration of water. It moves from the higher concentration towards the lower concentration. This blue line shows the xylem tissue. Xylem tissue in roots, then stem, and then in leaves. And there is a process called transpiration that takes place in leaves. In leaves, the excess of water is removed out through the stomata, and that is evaporation, and you can say transpiration, removal of excess of water through stomata. Okay. Due to the process of transpiration, there is suction is created, and due to lacking of water, actually water moves towards the upward direction towards leaf. So in this way water is transported from root towards all parts of the plant body, and this is unidirectional, this is in upward direction. I hope you understood the process of movement of water. In next episode we'll learn more about how this movement of water takes place, how water is transported. Now you look at the screen.